Thanks for joining us on this Saturday night. And tonight we take a closer look into the aftermath of that devastating Millcreek fire that left dozens of folks without homes. Unified Fire tells us 2 apartment complex buildings were completely destroyed, more than 40 residents permanently displaced. But miraculously, no one killed or seriously hurt. The fire caused by a spark from a lawnmower, which quickly turned catastrophic.
All it took was a spark, and it caught that field on fire and spread rapidly right into the apartment complex. The thing that was frightening about it was how quickly it got up into the rafters and lit the roof on fire, and that evacuation process, it's a miracle that none of those residents were injured or even hurt more significantly than what we experienced.
Residents in nearby buildings who were evacuated were allowed to return today, but for the 2 buildings that were burned, they are condemned and completely off limits. Tonight, we've got new ring cam video showing the intense moment Salt Lake City PD frantically knocked on the doors to get people out of that burning building. News specialist Jody Reynosa is live at the scene in Millcreek there. And Jody, you spoke with a man first to call 911 and report the fire. Take us through that experience.
Yeah, it was horrifying for him. I spoke with Taylor and I spoke with his wife, Amanda Smith, and they're victims of this tragedy. Before I get to that, though, let me show you some of the devastation that we're seeing right behind me. There are some downed, blackened, charred trees, indication of how far the fire traveled here. I'm standing in the parking lot of the LDS Church, and the apartment buildings are just beyond here. And so there is devastation up to this point. Now, speaking of the Smiths that I talked about just earlier, they said the moments that they learned that their apartment building was on fire was absolutely terrifying. In fact, Taylor was one of the first to call 911.
We are evacuating right now, sir.
Ring camera video captures Taylor Smith literally in the heat of the moment calling 911.
You guys, everybody needs to evacuate.
Evacuate family and neighbors after this horrific blaze broke out here at the Willow Glen apartments in Millcreek.
Adrenaline is pumping.
Smith recalls the terrifying moments after these flames ripped through his home.
Evacuate!
And chaos ensued.
The fire was literally on our property line. You can feel the heat. It was just hot.
Despite the heat, he didn't stop knocking on neighbors' doors until all were out of the line of fire.
I knocked on at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10, 12, I think, because there's 12 units on each building.
And I was smelling something. I was like, did I put the oven on?
Smith's wife, Amanda, was cooking.
There's a fire, we have to go.
Before hearing the abrupt warning from her husband.
And we just see the flames on top of the hill. And so we were able to grab our kids, grab our dogs, and we just ran.
One thing that I won't ever forget is the smell. The feeling of the ash coming on our skin, and probably, you know, the heat. There it goes. Our home. Oh.
Beyond watching smoke billow out of their home, the Smiths say helping their children make sense of it all is heartbreaking.
It's kind of hard to them explain that why we can't go home, and that's been definitely a little bit hard, is trying to explain why we can't go home.
Materials are gone, they'll be replaceable, but I'm glad I got my babies out in time. So yeah.
The Smiths are so grateful that they got their family out safe. They're also grateful that they had $10 in renter's insurance. $10 per month, they said, is going to help them tremendously, because that means that they'll be able to replace all of the belongings that were destroyed in the fire. They urge people also to make sure they have go bags. Now, to set those go bags by an entrance or an exit so that you can just pick them up quick, because although they had go bags, they were in closets and they just didn't have the time to grab them. Now, another just quick detail that we just found out. Just moments ago, there was somebody trying to get their belongings in the apartments, and they said there is a cat in one of the buildings, but they can't go in. They're just told by fire officials, do not go in because it's so dangerous. Those floors are just collapsing. So what they've been trying to do is lure that cat out to see if they can take it home. So those are some of the details that we're going to bring you. So continue to please watch, and we wish the best to all of those victims right now. Reporting live in Millcreek, Jody Reynosa, KSL 5 News.
Wow, incredible story there. Thanks a lot, Jody Reynosa.